This is CBS 8 News Live at 5.
A negotiated ceasefire in Ukraine meant to let people safely flee from the area from Russia's invasion has now failed. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Steve Price. Kirsten has the night off. Ukraine officials say Russia violated the promised ceasefire in a popular port city with continued artillery fire and airstrikes. Now that country's foreign minister urging Western allies to provide more air defense systems, including Stinger surface-to-air missiles.
We effectively used them, and just today we shot down 3 Russian attack aircrafts which were bombing our cities. If we lose the skies, there will be much more blood on the ground.
Ukraine's president is asking for a no-fly zone over the country. However, Putin says any country that declares one will be considered participants in a military conflict. Well, our local Ukrainian community once again came out to protest the war that's happening overseas. Today they gathered in Balboa Park despite the rainy and cold weather. Since the war started, supporters have been out every weekend and most weekdays as well, doing what they can to show their support. Also here in San Diego, San Diegans continue to rally around the people of Ukraine. 2 organizations, Help Ukraine Now and the House of Ukraine, collected supplies from people across our county to send overseas. CBS 8's Tim Blodgett was there as they loaded up the truck.
Though they're thousands of miles away from the conflict, this group of San Diego Ukrainian Americans are doing what they can to help the people of Ukraine.
The situation in Ukraine is getting worse as Russian troops march through the country. As the large-scale bombings of Ukrainian cities continue, hundreds of thousands of civilians are fleeing to neighboring nations. But many have stayed, the people of Ukraine standing strong to defend their nation. Over the course of the war, most of the world has stood strong for Ukraine with demonstrations and shows of support. San Diego is no different. A warehouse in Talmadge packed with donated goods, approximately 137 boxes of diapers and over 200 boxes of medicine were passed down the line and loaded up back to front in a 26-foot U-Haul. Victoria Simakova helped organize the donation drive.
A lot of things like baby food, food for adults, diapers, different hygienic stuff, also medical supplies. We would like it to get it to the people who are like regular civilians who are protecting their cities.
While many who are helping load and pack boxes are members of the Ukrainian community, Simakova says she's seen overwhelming support of many different communities in San Diego, with many more people pulling up and donating what they could before the truck leaves.
Medical aid.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
After the dozens of volunteers fill the truck with boxes of essential supplies, Simakova will drive to Los Angeles, where it will be loaded on a plane to Poland and distributed throughout Ukraine.
Some people live in basements or some bomb shelters for a week now, and this is very hard.
The Ukrainian community in San Diego holding strong during a time of extreme hardship. Though vital supplies will soon be on their way, the war will continue with no end in sight.
Even though we're doing all of this stuff, it feels really helpless because the war is not gone, it hasn't stopped, and we have threats that are happening to our people.
Tim Blodgett, CBS 8.
Thanks, Tim. And if you're looking for ways to help the people of Ukraine, head to our website, cbs8.com, and we'll provide you with some links to organizations that are helping out that country. Well, tonight, Petco Park going to host its biggest event ever. Garth Brooks taking the stage for the Garth Brooks Stadium Tour. Petco Park sold out. 53,000 fans expected there. 13,000 on the field, another 40,000 in the stands. That's going to make tonight the highest attended event in Petco Park's 17-year history. Why are so many people cramming in? Because this is his only West Coast Stadium Tour date, and I'll tell you, he is ready to turn it into a party.
When you walk into the stadium, it's a party. The rooftops, you know, the palm trees, all the fun kind of things that's here, and then how it opens out into the city, it's just inviting the city to have a party. So that's what we're hoping.
Oh, it's going to be a party indeed. To get ahead of the traffic and parking hassles, MTS ramping up trolley services. You can find that information on their website. All right, the big question, should fans heading out to that concert be prepared to bundle up, or will Mother Nature cooperate? Let's go ahead and check in with our country star crooner, meteorologist Sean Stiles, for a look at your microclimate forecast. Will you sing the weather for us, Sean?
I will not, but I'll tell you what, my brother Greg is revved up. He is a big Garth Brooks fan. And I know that he's making his way down there. Look at the cloud cover out there. This is looking west from Otay Mountain towards the coastal area of the South Bay. Will these clouds bring rain? I think they're going to be able to stay out of the rain pattern. In fact, here's what we've got forecast for the next, say, 12 hours, and we'll get you overnight into the early morning hours. But really, from 5 to, say, 11 p.m. tonight, there's an outside chance, a 10% chance of some light precipitation. Live Doppler radar, you can see everything is stacking up over the mountains. In fact, we're seeing snow up around Mount Laguna. We'll take you there in just a few minutes. But out along the coastline, things look dry. So for you folks making your way to the big concert at Petco tonight, it looks pretty good. Tomorrow, chilly, 60, then 66. We start to get back to our 30-year average. And for the folks in the inland microclimates, a big dry out and temperatures rebounding nicely. We'll talk about rainfall totals and the 8-day forecast in just a bit.
All right, Sean, we'll leave the singing to the professionals. A 27-year-old woman from National City shot while driving on a local highway, recovering tonight in the hospital. The shooting happened around 5:40 this morning on State Route 94 near Spring Valley. CHP officers say someone in another car pulled up behind her, started firing. One of the bullets hit the woman, causing her to crash into the center median. Medics arrived. They quickly took her to the hospital. No word on her condition. 2 others were in the car. We're told they're okay. If you know anything about this shooting, or if you know who the suspect is, you are asked to call the CHP's El Cajon area office. But we are keeping an eye on San Diego's gas prices as they continue to skyrocket. The average price for unleaded blew past the $5 a gallon mark this week. And unfortunately, it just keeps going up. Yesterday, the average price, $5.10 a gallon. Today, it has risen another 11 cents to $5.21. That's up more than $1.54 from this exact same time last year. And gas prices aren't the only things going up these days. It seems like everything is more expensive. And this comes at a time when many are still suffering from the pandemic, especially small businesses. CBS 8's Regina Ureta has the story of a taco truck owner who is dealing with the loss of his father and a crippled economy.
The owner of Tata's Tacos y Tortas here in City Heights says he's keeping his father's legacy alive. With this taco truck, he's showing the community that hard work pays off.
My last conversation with my dad on this planet was take care of your mother, take care of your daughters, take care of the girls.
Albert Torres, the owner of a taco truck in City Heights, is still mourning the loss of his loving father.
It's been a hard year. Mom's struggling.
Torres' father, Alfonso, passed away in August due to COVID-19, leaving his family distraught.
I didn't understand that I would be ready, but I'm not. But I think he was.
He says his father was humble, kind, and loved his family unconditionally. But what inspired Torres the most about Alfonso was his strong work ethic and the love he had for the food Torres would cook for him.
He enjoyed eating. He enjoyed the food. He enjoyed the flavors. He enjoyed seeing me happy. He enjoyed seeing that that was something that I enjoyed doing, and it was a passion of mine. There's everything for here to go.
Which is why Torres decided to open up a taco truck, not only to help cope with the trauma of losing his dad, but to keep Alfonso's memory alive.
This is how I cope with him being gone, staying busy. And yeah, it's a lot of work and it's scary.
You can see his father's cartoon face painted on every corner of the truck, and it's parked right outside of what used to be his father's tire shop, the same location where his dad started his business. Now Torres has continued to keep both businesses open.
You know, putting him on a truck and for the world to see.
But starting a business during this time has not been easy. He's also had to deal with meat prices skyrocketing, forcing him to look at raising prices for some of his meats, all while still trying to bring in clientele.
I mean, everything's gone up at least 10–15%.
Despite all of the obstacles life has thrown at him, he continues to wake up every morning ready to work and continue to provide for his family, just like his father once did for him. For CBS 8, I'm Regina Ureta.
Oh, definitely making his father proud. We wish him the best of luck.